Hey everyone, this is PM Sports Talk, the father and son duo podcast. I'm your host Preston, alongside my father Mike and Dad. How are we doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. Just got back from a nice vacation. I'm ready to get into it. Let's go.
Well, on that vacation, we had the privilege of stopping by New York City to go to uh one of the four Yankees games versus the Red Sox series. We went to the third one, and it was not the result that Yanks fans were hoping for.
No, that was very disappointing. Absolute disaster of a game, right? Our day started out in a disaster. We took the subway up to get to the stadium, and then all the trains stopped running, so we had to get on a bus, and then we had to walk seemed like for 40 miles to get to the stadium. We finally made it. It was the third inning, top of the third, right? We got there. Oh, and then as soon as we get there, the Red Sox score, so it's 1-0. And then after that, it was just all downhill.
Yep. It was an absolute embarrassing series for the Yankees. The first game filled with errors, 3 errors in 1 inning, 4 errors the entire game. The second game just couldn't score, just couldn't hit. Third game, absolute blowout, and then in the fourth game, um, the Yankees found their bats. Rodon had a pretty solid game, and they take the fourth game versus the Red Sox.
Yeah, 7-2 last night. I get 1 out of 4. I mean, just not what you thought you were going to get. I mean, I expected at least a split. The Red Sox came in there and just, took over Yankee Stadium. Utter disappointment. Leaves me with more questions than answers with this team. I really don't know what to say anymore. I can't blame it all on Boone this series because it was just, it didn't seem to matter what he did. It just didn't work. We didn't want Williams going in tight games, so we put Leiter in. And Leiter gives up the hit in the 1-0 game. After Max Fried finally pitches good for the first time in about a month, and they blow that, couldn't score. That's the problem with the series. The Yankees had to win one of those first 2 games at least, because you knew the Saturday game that we were going to, it was unlikely that they're going to get many runs in that game because Crochet was pitching, and so they would have won one of those first 2 games, which they had plenty of opportunities to win. They could have at least salvaged a split, which I could have lived with. But losing 3 out of 4. Now, I mean, the Yankees play some garbage teams coming up. Play the Nationals and the White Sox. So, I mean, you would expect them to win at least 5. To me, got to win at least 5 out of those 6, or it's not success, in my opinion. I don't want to see 4 games out of 6. Better win 5 out of 6 against those teams. You actually should win 6 out of 6, but I'm giving you a break. 5 out of 6 I'll take, and get themselves back up, maybe back in the first place in the wild card. But I don't know if it's just the Red Sox or what, but they just can't beat that team this year. I don't know. They're 2-8 against the Red Sox this year.
And the 1-0 game, I mean, it was just pure dominance on the mound from Brian Bayo. He 7 shutout innings, and then obviously you have Chapman come shut the door in the 9th. I actually looked it up. Chapman's appeared in 4 games against the Yankees. He's played 4 total innings against the Yankees. The Yankees haven't got a hit off him.
That's with him as a Red Sox?
Yes, this season.
Yeah, this is a guy that was... Look at his stats.
He is on a different level this year. I mean,
I don't understand that. He was left for dead.
He might be the best closer in baseball right now.
He's acting like it right now. We'll see going into the playoffs how he does. He used to do that for the Yankees too, if you remember. Had really good regular seasons, then come playoff time, he'd blow it. But we'll see what he does with the Red Sox.
Red
But
Sox, yeah, I mean, they have hitters. They aren't the greatest hitting team. But they have they have pitchers. They have pitchers that go out and get it done. Crochet, uh, Brian Bayo has turned into quite the pitcher for over there, and yeah, definitely needed that first game, because they were facing Giolito.
yeah, that's the game that should have had to. They were what? The Yankees were ahead in that game. They blew it. So,
When
uh,
you have so much errors and all of that junky stuff, it's just gonna come back
well,
to bite you.
4 errors and 9 walks. I mean, you can't give up 9 walks. They're walking everybody in that game, and
You
you,
They were walking 100 hitters. It was bad.
that's just it. The Red Sox, it was the bottom of their lineup. They were walking. You're walking guys that can't hit, and I mean, you knew
You gotta attack.
sooner or later that was going to come and bite you in the butt.
You
Because
gotta attack. Yeah. So
so we'll see going forward, but um, I just don't know. I mean, I don't expect much from them this year. You know, can they turn around in time for the playoffs? I don't think so. I
Vol-
just
Volpe was finally out of the starting lineup last night, and they ended up winning.
yeah. He's not starting today either, so
Nope.
we'll see how that
They
goes.
give
But
him they starting Caballero again.
yeah, I believe so. But from what I understood, that he'll be right back in there tomorrow. So I think they're just giving him a few days off to try to like let him get back on track. But
He came in the eighth inning, and he actually made a play. So
yeah,
uh, of course, the pitcher in there was Devin Williams, who I think is starting to find his spot as a setup guy. Uh,
yeah, he was good again. That's
I mean,
two good appearances in a row for him. So
it's a grain of salt. It's against the Rays, but he did get his first save in quite some time, so that's got to feel good as well.
yeah, it's just weird. I can you trust him going forward though? I don't know. I mean, he it's that's the problem with this team. There's talent there. They're the more talented team than the Red Sox, without a doubt, but they just are so inconsistent. And the Red Sox are more consistent. They are what they are. And but the Yankees, one game they're going to score 15 runs, the next game they're going to score 0.
Right.
So, you just don't know. And I just if we get a if we get a first round playoff series win with this team, I think that's about all you can ask for. That's not what you should be saying about a Yankee team with that payroll, but I don't see much more than that unless I know playoffs, weird things happen, so you just never know. They could get hot at the right time,
Mm-hmm.
but if I was a betting man, I would not be betting on the Yankees.
I wouldn't either. I don't know. Gonna have to see more,
Yeah.
I guess, over the course of the rest of the regular season. Some news from the National League. The Philadelphia Phillies have lost their ace. Zach Wheeler is done for the entire season. He had a blood clot, and it came out that he is not going to pitch again for the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's too bad. He's probably the biggest, or shouldn't the biggest, the best big game pitcher in the sport right now. Um, I would give he would be my pick anyway. As far as starters go, he'd be the if you want a big game to pitch, he's the guy right now, and that's a big loss for them. It doesn't hurt them as much as it does some other teams because they have some good starting pitching there.
They might have one of the best rotations.
And
They have
I think they have the
Ranger
best. Yeah.
Suarez, Aaron Nola, Christopher Sanchez has been really good this year. I I would like to say that they should be all right, but it still is a big loss.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna win the division, uh, and all that. They're gonna make the playoffs, obviously. So, but when it gets down to the nitty gritty against a team like Milwaukee or the Dodgers or San Diego, whoever they get to play, That's when it's going to come, because those other guys aren't battle tested the way he was. So, uh,
Right. Yeah.
doesn't mean they can't. They can win a World Series, but their chances definitely took a big hit.
Definitely. They had the pieces. We'll see how they adjust without Wheeler. You take a look at the standings. I think the Tigers have uh are just behind the Brewers if you look at the league and best teams
Yeah,
record wise. Um and yeah, you just take a look at the teams. The AL has or AL East has 370 win teams. Red Sox, Blue Jays, Yankees. This should be a good postseason and a good race for the wild card.
yeah, I agree. You get the Royals there, who could make a run at it. And you got the Mariners. We'll see. There's like 30 some games left.
Still a lot of baseball to be played.
Yeah. American League is up for grabs, though. I mean, whoever gets in the playoffs, I could see any of the teams advancing.
Hmm.
I would not be shocked.
Close little race going on. So, take a little look at our MLB, and now we are going to get back into the swing of college football. There are two big games this weekend. We'll start off with LSU and Clemson. They two ranked teams going at it. Should be a good one. Take a look at the matchup, quarterback matchup, Klubnik versus Nussmeier. Dad, what do you see happening in this one?
Um, I like. Do we know where this game is?
Uh,
I don't know. This might be a neutral site game. I'm not sure, but uh, this I like. I like Clemson. I think
if
because I think Klubnik is better than Nussmeier.
if it's an LSU, it's in Clemson. I will take Clemson.
Um, the interesting thing is these two quarterbacks are expected to go 1-2 in the draft.
Really?
Yep. Remember we were watching Klubnik not last year, but the 2 years before that, we're like, God, he's horrible. And then
Oh,
all of a sudden last year, it was like, wow, the light switch turned on for him, and now he's projected to be maybe the top pick, and what a difference a year makes, huh? And now,
right. Yeah.
I like Clemson in that game. Like I said, close game. I just don't trust Brian Kelly. There's something about him. His teams are always good, but they never seem to win that big game. And big game right out of the bat, they seem to have trouble with those.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
you know,
I completely agree. I see exactly what you're saying. You mentioned Klubnik's making the switch and how we were saying, God, he's horrible. Don't you wish good old Drew Aller could do the same thing?
yeah, I mean, well, he's weird, huh?
He's a weird one.
He's got all the talent, but it just doesn't seem to. But you got these analysts that love him, so I don't know.
they're saying he's the next Josh Allen. I mean,
I don't see that at
what in
all.
the world? Um, but yeah, back to the game. LSU, they're always going to have such a great defense. You can always see that with them. It's just if we can see if Nussmeier has what it takes to play in these big games.
Yeah, he's another one. I got to be honest with you, I just don't see it with him. But you know, they're all raving about him like he's the next.
I
I
don't
just
see
don't
it.
see
I
it.
don't see it either.
But hey, it should be a great game. But I like Clemson in a I close game. Um, that's who I'm going with.
And now we go up to a game that's taking place at noon, which is an absolute travesty. Texas and Ohio State, number one and number three.
Yeah, this one to me, the only reason this game is close is because it's in Ohio State. If this was in Texas, I go the other way.
You're a freaking Michigan fan. I don't care what you have to say.
Yeah,
I don't care what you have to say, you little cheaters. Uh, Ohio State. Uh, I think everyone is all about Arch Manning. I think everyone's gonna learn who Julian Sayin is.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, he's getting the hype, but Manning has played in games already, so I think Texas is loaded. Um, so
So was Ohio
yeah,
State.
I get it, but I think Ohio. I like Texas. I just think the quarterback is they got the edge at quarterback, and I think they have. I mean, their running back stable is excellent. I just like Texas. I know sometimes they don't show up in big games, but I just think this is different. I expect them to win this game.
Um, yeah, I agree there. That Texas is loaded, but Ohio State has a man sophomore this year, Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, he's
That
good.
such a difference maker. When he's on your team, you are going to be playing in a close game.
I'm a little worried about Ohio State's defense. I just don't know.
I don't know if it'll be as good. It definitely won't be as good as it was last year. Because everyone went to the draft, but uh, they still got guys. They got Downs. They got Sonny Styles.
Yeah, yeah, they've got guys. There's no doubt about it. I wonder. We saw what happened to Michigan last year after they won the championship. They lost all those guys that went pro. Pretty much three-quarters of their team went pro.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Ohio State last year. Um, I don't know if they'll have as big a drop as Michigan did, because you know, but I would expect a little bit of a drop off. So that's why I give Texas the edge. They're going to be hungry. Um, I think it almost does Texas good too that they're on the road. They
Mm-hmm.
don't have that home crowd pressure.
Yep.
I think that helps a team like Texas. That's why I give them the slight edge. It should be a great game. Like I said, I don't know much about saying. He's he's thrown right into the fire here with against the number one team his first game. So see what he's got.
We will see. It's a tough first game to go against the Longhorns.
Like I say, I wish it was at night, and I wish it was Kirk Herbstreit on this one, not Gus and Joel Klatt. That kind of ruins the game for me, but it is what it is. There's another big game too that you forgot.
Mm,
I mean, I think it's a big game.
what's that?
Notre Dame and Miami, but I think is that Sunday
I
game.
didn't see that one. That will be a good one.
I think it's on. I think that's the Sunday game. Not
Okay.
positive, but
Uh,
actually they have two good games on Sunday this year. They have a doubleheader.
what's that?
First game,
Virginia Tech and
South
South Carolina.
Carolina, and then
Okay.
you got Notre Dame and Miami. So
We got two good games here.
yeah,
Week one is going to be a good one for sure. Uh, what do you think about that other game, Syracuse and Tennessee?
that's a sneaky good game too. That's why I wish that other game, the big game, Texas Ohio State wasn't on at noon. That should have been saved for the nighttime. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, then you have LSU and Georgia, or LSU and Clemson. I mean,
The scheduling of this is a little odd, but
yeah, I know. Tennessee, Syracuse, that's a sneaky good game. I think Syracuse with it is back in the being competitive again. We saw what they did last year. I mean,
don't be surprised if this team makes a run to the 12 team. I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, I know they're unranked right now, but don't be surprised. I mean, their quarterback is transferred from Notre Dame, and he played well when he played for Riley Leonard last year when he got hurt. So I would expect him not to be scared of the moment. That is a daunting place to play, though.
Tennessee, yeah.
To me, that's my most favorite stadium in college football to watch a football game. Is Tennessee.
Atmosphere is great too.
You can't beat it. It's the best.
Mm-hmm.
That place is rocking. So that's a tough task for Syracuse, but I expect them to be competitive. I don't know if they'll win, but they should be competitive in that game.
We should have a great week one next week on Saturday, August 30th. Bunch of great games here.
Saturday and Sunday, and then close it all off Monday night with the Bill Belichick's debut as.
Oh boy, who are they
They're
playing?
playing TCU, but I wouldn't be shocked at all if they lost.
Of course, Billy B gets the prime time game.
Yeah, he kind of everybody wants to see how he. People want to either watch him succeed or fail. Either you want to watch him win or you hate him and you want to watch him
No
fail.
in
So
between. No in between.
it's just one of those guys.
So that is our lineup for week 1. It's exciting, and I am so ready to watch college football. But I'm also excited for NFL season. We have a lot of stuff from preseason that will give us some maybe a grain of salt of what to expect come into the season. But let's go ahead and get into some West predictions. What do you say?
Sure.
So we'll start off with how about we go with the NFC West? We'll go with the Niners, Seahawks, Cardinals, and Rams division. So yeah, you want to start us off here?
Yeah. I was all set on who I thought I was going to have win this division. Um, because I was under the impression that Stafford wasn't going to play right away. But after hearing what I heard today, sounds like he might actually start game 1. Um, that being said, no, not much work in the preseason. You didn't expect him to play games. He wasn't going to play games even if he was healthy. But I mean, how healthy is he?
Right.
They have a decent backup as far as that goes. Jimmy Garoppolo is a good backup to have. He's not a starter anymore, but as far as backups go, you can get by with him. But I think there's a couple teams that are going to be sneaky good in this division. One is Arizona. I think they're going to be better this year. Got McBride. He's a great tight end. And I think Kyler Murray, I think he's going to be a little better. Marvin Harrison, he's got a year under his belt. Their line play, I think, is going to be better. Their schedule is not horrible. And so I think they're going to be sneaky good. And then you've got San Francisco, who coming off a year like last year, McCaffrey's healthy.
I don't know how long that will last, but he is.
He's healthy, and they just traded for Brian Robinson Jr. if he's not healthy. So they got 2 capable backs right there. And their schedule is easy. So this division, I think, is going to be really tight again. I think halfway through the season, these teams are all going to be muddled up together.
Right.
I was all set to say San Francisco is going to win the division. But if Stafford is healthy, I'm going to go with the Rams. But it's going to be like last year. You see how it finished up. 49ers aren't going to be 6-11 again. So the Seahawks is a team I think that could take a drop. All depends on Sam Darnold. Is he Sam Darnold from last year, or is he going back to what he was? There's a lot of question marks with the quarterbacks in this division. That's what makes it so hard. But the Rams seem to always pull it out. They seem to always start slow, but they always finish strong. I'm going to go with the Rams. And I'm going to go with the Cardinals and the 49ers fighting out for a wild card. And I got the Seahawks coming up in the rear.
I'm not mad at that. I like that. A few things that I think you forgot, but I'll get to that when I do. I agree. I have the Rams 1. That's obviously going to depend on Stafford's play. But the guy, he's tough. He seems to know how to overcome adversity. Just plain and simply gets the job done when it matters. I think the Rams take the division. Placing second, I really like your Cardinals respect. I do think they will take a bump up significantly. I'll say they place second or third, but they'll be battling out with Seattle, not San Francisco.
Oh, you still got San Francisco in the basement, huh?
You mentioned all of their offense. that will improve. But to me, they lost too many guys on defense. Uh, Dre Greenlaw, Hufanga, Ward. They lost a ton of guys. They could prove me wrong. That defense still could be not bad. They lost more than that. They lost Hargrave as well.
That's true.
They've lost so much guys on that defense that I think they could take a little bit of a drop down on that defensive side. So it's it's a lot to rely on for that offense. I feel like you're gonna have Purdy, you're gonna have McCaffrey and Robinson. That's a great 1-2 punch if McCaffrey can stay healthy. And then you look at the receivers. I don't think you're gonna have Ayuk to start off the year. Um, you got Jawan Jennings. I'm a little lost on who else they have at receiver,
Yeah, I couldn't tell you because,
but
but they have Kittle.
they have Kittle. Obviously, he's still there, so he's gonna have to be there, that number one weapon. As far as Brock Purdy goes, but yeah, um,
I think the main reason I've got them being better is the schedule, but
excuse me.
sometimes that schedule isn't, even though it looks weak on paper, doesn't turn out that way. But that's where I was headed with it. But
I
after listening to you talk about their defense, you make some good points there. But I'm gonna stick with my pick. But you are making some good points there.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but as far as the offense goes, Purdy's has limited stuff to start off this year. So, if McCaffrey stays healthy, that offense could be lethal, but it's really going to depend on how the defense is. So, that's where I'll leave that. And we'll go up now to the AFC West. All right. How are you feeling about this one this year?
Yeah, this is another tough one. So the other divisions that we did, I was pretty confident in how my picks, but the West in both leagues are tough. The Chiefs, they're going to be good. You just don't know they're going to be great.
Right.
And the Chargers, everybody loves the Broncos. I'm not as high on the Broncos as everybody else is. And then you got the Raiders with Pete Carroll, Geno Smith. I mean, this is making it tough. Like, I was all set to have the Raiders in the basement. I think I still might, but then you got to think, well, Pete Carroll and Geno Smith, but that defense still is bad. Pete Carroll brings some attitude to that team that they haven't had. But I just don't know if the talent level is there yet. I think the Raiders are improved from 4-13, but it's probably more like a 7-win team. I mean, if maybe 8. So I still have them in the basement. I got the Broncos right where they're at, 10-7 again. I like the Chargers at 11-6, 10-7, 11-6, and the Chiefs, I'm gonna drop them down a little bit. I still got them winning the division, but I'm gonna bring them down to like 12-5. I don't see them winning 15 games. They have a tough schedule. Play the Bills, play the Ravens. Those are teams that they probably should lose to. I don't know what their NFC schedule is, but I think they play. I don't know if they play the Eagles again or not, but
Right. Yeah.
I still have them win the division. I'm not going to pick against them until I actually see them not win a division. I just can't. That defense is still going to be good. Chargers, they're going to be a tough team. Jim Harbaugh's teams are tough. They run the ball. A lot of it depends on Herbert. He's been a little erratic. Sometimes he's great and other times he's not. And if he's consistently good, that Chargers team has a chance in my mind to maybe overtake the Chiefs or at least make it very close, but I'm going with the Chiefs.
All right, looking at this division, we'll start off with the Raiders. They're taking a step up. They're not going to be 4-13, but I see this team winning anything from 7 to 9 games. Pete Carroll's going to change that team at least for this year. Then you look at the Broncos. I am high on them,
You
but
are.
I think um they don't go up by too much. I'll say they're an 11 win team this year. I say the Chargers are very close to them. They're 11 or 12 wins. Chiefs are taking a step down. I'll tell you right now. I know people are like the Chiefs. Everyone says every year that they're going to take a step down, but they end up not. They're not winning 15 games again. That last year, the way they won some of those games was quite ridiculous. So I don't think that's going to happen again. I think they win anywhere from 11 to 13. I think it's going to be a three-team battle: Chiefs, Chargers, and Broncos for this division. I think it's very close, but I really am excited to see how this division plays out this year.
Yeah, I like what you're saying there. The Broncos, I don't know if I don't think I'm as sold on Bo Nix as some people are. I get it. He's like a system guy. And what's his name?
His arm talent is incredible.
You think
He's
so?
he can he's got a deep he can throw it deep.
Uh,
Uh, I don't know from where when the season on their like stretch on the end of the season, I really liked what I saw from him.
yeah. I mean, their defense is good. You know, I guess I could see them in the Chargers. I wouldn't be surprised if they flip flop.
Right.
But like I said, they're probably within a game of each other. And like I said, the Chiefs are. I could see all three of those teams within a game
Yeah.
separation.
Yeah.
So, like I said, battle it out. But until I see it, I'm going with the Chiefs. But no.
Yeah. I like the Chiefs winning the division again, but lots of unanswered questions and a lot can change in just a
I
couple of weeks.
I would love to see somebody beat them. I
No,
can't. I
yeah.
don't. I'd love for the Chiefs to be in last place, but it's
We
not
all
going to happen.
we just know it's not gonna happen. Chargers, Broncos, those two teams could give them a run for their money, but Raiders, just no. I don't think so.
Not enough.
That
Just not enough talent.
not with that defense, no.
No.
But with that being said, let's head in now to we've got some NFL news. I mean, just came out today. Um, Trey Hendrickson is a his contract is signed, stamped. He is returning to that Bengals defense. They finally worked out a deal with him. So he is back in town in Cincy.
Yeah, that helps him. That defense is dread. Even with him is not great, but without him is absolute train wreck. He helps a lot, obviously, but he hasn't played. He hasn't practiced at all,
Right.
and we all know what. I know I've said it before, but we all know what happens to guys that hold out. They
It's
start slow, and quite often they get injured. And
usually doesn't turn out the greatest.
so we'll see how much of an effect it actually has. I mean, for their sake, they better hope that he was what he was last year.
Mhm.
Because if he's not, they're gonna have to win every game 40-35.
So
Which
yeah, I don't think. I mean, the secondary still is so bad. They don't have the greatest linebackers.
no, they're bad.
That defense is just not great, but no doubt about it, he's gonna help them at least a little bit. But with that, we have news for the Raiders. Two things came out from Las Vegas today. The Raiders have agreed to a 1-year deal with Amari Cooper. He is back in black and white, and he will be catching passes from Geno Smith this year.
Wow, I didn't know. I didn't hear about that one.
It just came out not too long ago. Yeah, around 6 o'clock.
Does that have anything to do with Jacoby Myers being requesting the trade?
That's where we're headed next. Jacoby Myers wants out of Las Vegas. Lots of suitors for him, and I don't know about you, but I would love to see him in black and yellow.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I don't think you'd have to give up a lot for him either.
If the Steelers want a consistent, good wide receiver too, go make a deal for him.
Yeah, make a deal for this guy. He didn't hold out either, I don't think.
No.
He just decided that they just couldn't work out a deal, so he wants to be traded. But he's been in training camp, so it's not like he hasn't been getting reps and all that. So I wouldn't be afraid at all to trade for him. Let's go. Steelers won't do it, but man, you never know. But
I also
I don't
heard,
like our receivers.
I also heard that the Steelers actually have been, according to reports, checking in on his availability.
Oh, really?
So have the Vikings and Jets. So that's something to look out for over the next couple of weeks.
The Jets don't need to sign him. The Jets aren't going to be good.
Yeah.
Why? They're going to be just like having Devontae Adams. Why? They're going to bring in a good guy for a team that's going to go 7-10.
Yep.
I mean,
that's kind of been his career. He's played for the Patriots, the Raiders. But, yeah. And another thing, Terry McLaurin is back in Washington. The two sides finally worked out a deal. I honestly didn't see him going anywhere.
No, we talked about this before where we're like, yeah, he's not going anywhere. But
and the holdout or reckoning is finally over. He is back in Washington, and he'll continue to play alongside Jaden Daniels. And another big story that came out. He's not the greatest player, but it's still notable. Shiloh Sanders. The Bucks undrafted free agent. He threw a punch in a preseason game against the Bills. He was ejected, and then the next day he was cut from the team.
yeah, makes you wonder what this guy's thinking. Who knows if he was going to make the team anyway? But
honestly, the way I look at this, a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's such a shame. They looked for a reason." Yeah, they were looking for a reason, probably, but the guy wasn't gonna start. He was at best a fourth string safety. So if I'm the Bucks and he's got the same skill level as some of those other safeties fighting for that spot, cut him loose so you don't have to deal with frickin' the Sanders crap.
Yeah, those guys, they're a circus. Regardless, and it's just a headache to have for, like you said, a fourth line player that's going to have all this attention on him. And if you don't play him, or if you do play him, somebody's going to be, ticked off. So if you play him, they're going to be like, oh, the only reason he's playing is because of his father. And if you don't play him, they're going to be like, oh, they're out to get the Sanders. So you're better off, like, perfect opportunity. Hey, he threw a punch. See ya. That's the way you're going to act. And then you're done with it. You don't have to deal with that mess.
Especially, I don't know, but Todd Bowles is not a guy that's going to let that go under the rug, let it slide. If you do something like that, you're gone.
Yeah, it'd be one if he was a first-round talent. Obviously, they're not going to cut him. But when you're a fourth line guy and you do that stuff, you got no chance. You're out, and you got to be smarter than that. So, like I told you yesterday, he'll probably if he doesn't get picked up by another team, he'll end up being a coach at Colorado or something.
Probably.
That's what'll happen. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Where else is he gonna go? He's got nothing else.
Yeah.
So.
Well, with that being said, that kind of wraps up our news. So let's head into our plays of the week. Roman Anthony up to the plate, top of the ninth inning. David Hamilton stands at second, looking to add some crucial insurance. De Los Santos on the mound for the Yankees. He deals. Anthony cranks one to right. Bat flip, pimp it, no doubter.
That was the dagger.
A dagger into the hearts of all the pinstripes, and I'm sure a lot of fans headed right for the seats after that one.
He took his time running around the base.
He watched that one fly, for sure. Coming from Bengals and Commanders. Browning fires towards the end zone. Mitchell Tinsley, what a grab. Touchdown, Cincy.
Yeah, this guy's making the team. I gotta tell you that.
He made the team from, this game alone, the first half alone.
Yeah, what a catch. He actually had some other ones.
Well, staying right here with Bengals and Commanders. Browning fires towards the end zone. Guess who? Mitchell Tinsley tops the first one. Touchdown number 2.
What a catch. Unbelievable.
This guy made 2 unbelievable plays in the span of 10, 15 seconds.
Highlight reel.
He made the team in about 20 seconds, Dad.
Oh, yeah. Well, great catch. Just what they need is another good receiver, right?
Well, it looks like they found one. A gem right here in Tin. Coming from Bears and Chiefs. Bagent, game on the line, throws to the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown Bears. In dramatic fashion, 2 seconds on the clock, they win the game.
Wow, what a play.
That was one heck of a catch, too, by Walker. Look at Bagent. That was a great ball right there.
He's played really well. He just got the contract.
He's definitely a perfect backup for this squad. Coming from Padres and Giants. Sears. This one is rocked to right field by Devers. Back of the wall is Tatis. He brings it back with a leap at the wall.
What a play. You could tell Devers was already getting ready to do his home run shot.
Unbelievable catch. We're seeing a lot of great outfield catches week by week, Dad, aren't we?
Yeah, it's been crazy. We've got some catches of the year seem like going on every week.
Right here. Ooh, what a grab.
Yeah, that's a great catch.
Coming from Yankees and Red Sox. May deals. Chisholm. Deep to right. That is back. Home run number 100.
Boy, that was a rainbow shot.
Did you see what ESPN was doing when he hit that? They had Rafael on the interview.
Oh, they did?
They did.
What did he say?
I don't know. They just showed Rafael on the interview.
Oh, he wasn't talking yet?
You know how much you love those.
Oh, I can't stand them. I bet you he really loved it when that happened.
I wouldn't be surprised if he cut his mic after that one.
Yeah.
But, man, back to the home run. What a blast.
Man, that didn't look like a home run when he hit it.
An emotional night for Jazz Chisholm as he lost someone close to him and hits number 100. You know what? Why not? 101 as well against Walker Buehler.
What a great night for Chisholm.
Well, Dad, that will end today's podcast, but who was your top performer and biggest disappointment from this week?
My top performer, I'm going to go with, that's a good question, huh? I hate to give it to a Yankee, but I'm going to. I'm going to give it to, because there's not much going on in sports this week. I'm going to give it, you're going to think I'm nuts here, but I'm going to give it to Max Fried. Because he had a bounce back start. He's been horrible for 2 months. Maybe he's back on track. He lost the game, but not because of him.
He didn't get the loss, though.
No, he didn't get the loss, but the team lost. But he gave up no runs, and I
don't blame you for that.
He's been giving up 5+ runs in every start in the last 2 months, and so I'm giving it to him. We're Yankee fans, so I'll give it to him. And my worst performer, I'm going to give it, it's probably not his fault, but I'm going to give it to Paul Blackburn because he just got lit up.
That was bad.
I'm only doing it because that's the game we were at. I'm going to give it to him. He got just absolutely smoked. He took one for the team, but man, did he ever take one for the team?
Yeah. My top performer, I'll probably give it to from the preseason. I'll probably give it to Mitchell Tinsley. That was one heck of a
Yeah,
performance.
I agree.
I was watching that game and I was like, man, this kid is making this squad. No doubt about it. He's my top performer. And then my biggest disappointment, Anthony Volpe.
I knew you were going there. That's why I didn't take him.
Yep. He is not good. Let's just say that. Error after error after error after error. I've just had enough with him. Thank God Boone's finally done something. Took him out of the lineup for a couple games. We'll see if that restores confidence or drains it even more. But with that being said, that will end today's episode. Once again, I'm Preston with my father Mike, signing off on this week's episode of PM Sport Talk.